Okay guys, I'm going to be looking at oil. Now I'm doing this for the group following on from the call we had earlier on. I'm looking to sell it, and I'm looking to sell it for about 7 pips. Okay, so just switch these indicators off because I don't really need them. What we can see is a little bit of a cluster formation here. I can easily get 7 pips under here. So all I need to do, and this is about as simple as it gets, is putting order underneath the current candle. Bash. Just like so. I'm just going to put it about there. I only need 7 pips, so that's getting ready to rock and roll. Okay. And what it'll do, buff, in, out. The 7 pips is across the bottom of here, right? Okay, so let me kind of show you where all this comes from and why I do it. It's not as difficult as it seems. So if I move this over to here, I've already put the video in of the breakdown so they know what's going on. Now, as we're about to go to market now, I'll just put in an update here. So drop that in. Okay, so now this is as we do in the trade. Before the trade, they've seen the video, they can now see what the current status is, which is sell. And it comes because we had a call this morning, which is here, and we do our live calls. That is there. There's the link for it. Let me just make that bigger for you. There you go. Make that bigger so you can see it. And it's for this little baldy chop there. Well, it's actually for all of them. But that's what I'm doing it for. Okay. So it's just triggered into market, which it is here. And the idea is to slam it down. Now, it'll be a relatively easy trade. Now, one of the things that I've got to keep an eye on is if I pull this back into shot, okay, just kind of change that. What we can see, it is selling across the board, but we use a system called +1 -1, which is multi-time frame analysis. And it's telling you to be careful. So there is a change on the horizon. So therefore, it will naturally downgrade the target. And you just want to get in relatively quick and get out. So if that's the case, well, we know it can push down into these levels here, but its first visiting point will be in and around the bases of these candles here. So therefore, that's all I'm going to target. Just straight in, wallop, you know, get them out. And if you get 30, 40 quid, brilliant, right? Now, if we step this up, you'll see why it becomes a little bit careful. Because it's pulling against this particular move here, but it's pulling back on itself, right? Okay, so just drop them into there. So, oops, sorry, do that again. So it's dropping into that there. So you've got a level here. And you've got a level here. Now these are sort of entry exits, so in and around this area I will need to be out between these two lines. Okay, nice and simple. So we'll get rid of that, and all you'll see is it's a nice steady trade. Now it's gone back to 0. Now if I'm wrong, I've already told myself I have to be careful with this, so I don't really want it to get out of this arena. So therefore, I'll stage up to the black line. If it gets beyond the black line, I'm wrong. I've got to get out. But in the meantime, as long as it stays between that line and that line, I'm more than happy to do this trade. So let's play it out and see what happens. Okay, guys, I'm going to close this off. We net positive. Bang. Right. Even though it did have a good opportunity to push down, I've been in this a little bit longer than I anticipated for a short-term burst of a trade. Now, when I'm in a situation like this, as you can see, it's pushing up, it's pulling down, it's pushing up, pulling down. Take the money when it gives you the opportunity, when you feel uncomfortable. Like I say, we start looking at this at 9 o'clock. It's currently 11:45. We got into it a little while ago. It's been up, it's been down, sideways. It's given me an opportunity to get out. And this is before sort of lunch when rotations come into play. So I've taken the opportunity to get out. So just make certain I've got no tickets. And then there you go. Okay. So I can live with that. 80 quid. Still about 40 quid an hour. As we can see, the market itself, it's still pushing. It's having a hard time at this level. Now, my initial analysis of this was actually to buy it. But it flipped its head and decided to sell, but it was selling in a short term, and the actual marketplace told me to be careful with it, which is why I'm getting out of the trade. So when it comes to your trades, you're always monitoring and keeping an eye on what's going on. But if you've got a fixed idea in your head, which is, I'm going to sell this, you just look for the optimum sells. Are you going to get in the direction correct? Or get in the entry correct? No, but that's not really important. Everybody focuses heavily on the entry. No, the entry is just a finite point. You just enter the market. What you got to pay attention to is the direction and how far you think that can move. So your targeting and your direction are far more important than your entry. But if you focus on your entry too much, you might miss the trade, or you get in, then you panic about it, you automatically put your stops in the wrong place, creates a real vortex of doom loop, and you're constantly spinning wheels. Look at your direction and then go with it, and you'll be fine. See you all in the next one.